This topic is one of my favorite. I don't care whether you're a CEO or you're a new employee in the company. You've got to go back and focus on the basic, and that is, what is your why? Start with what you're about. You know, as a CEO, what's your business about? I think, Andres, you brought that up, if I remember. You know, what's your purpose? If you don't understand that, I don't know how you can grow as an individual or as a company. And I deal with a lot of clients that they actually don't know their why. They've got it backwards. They know what they want to sell and what they want to do. They know how they're going to do it, but they don't know why they're going to do it. And I'm serious. It's surprising. And if you get them to flip that around, it changes the dynamics in their company ultimately. It doesn't happen overnight, but within a couple of months, you can start seeing the changes. So, and I encourage everybody to try. You all probably heard of Simon Sinek. He has a wonderful TED Talk on that, and I would encourage you to dig into that, and then get to the book, The Infinite Game.
Thank you.
What was the question? My one piece of advice would be, in this environment, to save money, be frugal, cash is king. As an entrepreneur, startups, we always bootstrap, right? We didn't have money to start with, so you're, trying to get things done for free or for super cheap and not paying anyone market rate. You first start off, everyone's working just on equity until you can get some money. But this environment is kind of scary. The Russia-Ukraine thing doesn't look like it has any kind of end to it. And any two countries could just pop off like that, right? That's just for Russia and Ukraine that happened over our recent time here. But that could, next up could be Iran, or next up could be Iranians. That's why I mentioned Iran. Yeah, it's be conservative with cash. It's very easy to hire a lot of people. It's very easy to spend on conferences or marketing. But if you raise money or if you have revenue, you want to hold that close and dear, because you want to be able to get through tough times. And it looks like 2023 is going to be a tough time because inflation doesn't go back right away, and the geopolitical stuff is still happening, and oil is still expensive. So that's my best advice.
So my advice for owners or entrepreneurs or CEOs is look at the cash that you have available and see how are there ways that you can free up cash and see what you're doing with that cash. So if there are ways that you can work with suppliers or vendors to source better terms and how you pay them, if there's ways that your sales team are negotiating deals that get you cash in the door faster so you have more cash on hand so you can continue to fund your business, I think that those are two things that I would recommend that you look at. And then what Scott mentioned earlier around, really not being myopic in terms of what uncertainty could lead to. And really, again, what Len said is understanding your purpose, right? If there is an investment that you think could, moonshot your business into the next level, trying to put aside your own cognitive biases on what that money means, right? Because that money could mean tuition for 1 year's tuition for my kid, or a vacation that I promised someone, or the addition on the house that we've been putting off. And so really thinking about how do you dissociate the emotional side of the money to see what makes the most sense for your business if your intent is to continue to grow that business.
Interesting. And I would say, if you go to your wealth advisor, the wealth in this country is buy low, sell high. So while I completely agree with Shai, you've got to preserve your capital. It'll be more expensive to borrow money. You'll be more diluted by raising equity in a down market. The flip side is there are opportunities for acquisition. You can't make bad acquisitions because they'll destroy a company, but there will be companies that don't do well that have value that you can buy at substantially less than their real value in a normal economy. And I think I've seen a lot of clients do that successfully in distressed times, and some of them do it catastrophically bad. But it's something you should think about. If there are opportunities to buy things at a cheap price and integrate them, that's another way to give a kick to your organic growth as well. but don't make bad acquisitions. So it's a little conflicting, my advice, but I have seen so many companies in dark times say, I've got capital on my balance sheet, I can buy things now that would take me 3 or 4 years to create, and it would cost me more to create them than to buy them.